Hello, my little crafty monsters. How's everybody doing today? So, today earlier, the bestie and I were at her house. Now, we're at my house. We're in my dining room. So, you guys are going to notice that I'm not in my office because, obviously. So, we are on my dining table because we need more room to finish this little bad boy. Okay? And so, this is a bigger table. It seats 8, so it'll be accommodating for finishing this wreath. Now, it is a long process. Like I said, this is part 2 of that video. I had ran out of materials, which was the netting. This is the netting that we basically use for the wreath itself, and I ran out. And so I should have taken both rows to the bestie's house, but of course I underestimated. I thought I was only going to need one because each one of these rows is about 10 yards, and I thought it would definitely be enough. Hey Darlene, how are you? Thank you for joining. So I really thought it was going to be enough. So if you guys saw the video earlier when I was at the bestie's house, her and I were doing a wreath together, and she did a beautiful wreath as well too. She used obviously a different one. I used this wire. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I'm streaming live on our YouTube channel as well. So if you're not a subscriber on my YouTube channel, head over to Paper to Masterpiece and hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe and tell a friend. So I can't really see that. Is it Jonah? Hey! So we're gonna go ahead and finish up this wreath because we don't really have that much left, and then we're gonna go ahead and start decorating it. So, like, if you guys didn't see the video earlier, what I was doing was this is coming in a tube this way. So naturally this net wants to automatically curl. So what I'm doing is I'm allowing this to curl once, and then once I have one curl, I'm gonna cut it on that curl because we basically want that curl. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it lengthwise like this. And I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can because I don't want this video to be too long. Obviously, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the Instagram video is going to stop way before the YouTube live. The YouTube live I could go on for hours and it's going to keep playing. The Instagram, unfortunately, only records live for a certain amount of time. So, like I said, all we're going to do now is we're just going to let this curl naturally. So I just cut it the length. And then I'm going to fold this in half. And then we're going to cut this because we could basically make 2 out of 1, right? And so all I did from there was I grabbed this stuff is sticky, guys. Well, not sticky, but like the edges are so rough, like this netting sticks on everything. So all you're gonna do is you're just gonna allow this to curl, okay? So allow it to curl this way, and then I just fold it in half, and I'm going to, I don't know if you guys could see this. If you can't see it, I'm really sorry. You're just going to feed it through the thread like this, and then you're going to get a wire, which I should have had cut here. I'm telling you guys, we're doing this live, so there was no prep work. There was no prep work at the bestie's house, and there's definitely no prep work here, as now I'm home. So I know you guys can't really see this, but so I'm grabbing this little piece that I just added, and I'm going to gather it in the bottom to where I'm able to wrap this little piece of wire that I just cut, wrap it around, and then just twist it, kind of like if it was a twisty tie. So just twist it, and that is going to basically hold this into place, and then you just move this down. And you're going to continue doing that, filling that. So that's basically what we were doing when we were at the bestie's house. So I am going to put this wreath aside, and I will cut this. So if any of you guys are crafters and any of you guys live here in Southern California, I don't know if you guys are aware, but we actually have a scrapbook convention coming, and that's going to be November 3rd in the Ontario area. So if you guys are going to be there, the bestie and I are definitely going to be there because we go there every year. Definitely, if you see us, stop by and say hello to us. If you see us, because we're going to probably be walking around mingling with everybody and also purchasing stuff, because we'll be able to purchase things and not have to wait for the shipping on that, which is amazing, right? So like I said, if you guys see us walking around, definitely come up to us and say hello. We would love to say hello to you. But if you're not in the Southern California area, well, don't worry, because we're going to make it like if you were here with us, because I'm also going to be streaming live on our YouTube while I'm there. So you guys will definitely be able to see all the goodies that I see, and you guys will be able to see firsthand if I purchase anything, and I'm going to try not to go crazy. And that's the plan. I'm going to try not to go crazy, but you know how it is. Once we start crafting and we need certain things because we always need them, right? So all I'm doing here is just cutting the strips, and there is no measurement, as you guys could tell. I am not measuring these. They're not going to be all uniformed. I'm not going for that uniform look. Now, if you guys want the uniform look, what I would recommend you do is I recommend that you guys put them all onto your wreath, and then once you have it all on there, then I would actually cut it and trim it down to whatever size you want it to be. Me, I don't want it to be too uniform because obviously it is, I was going to say Christmas. It's not Christmas. It is Halloween, so, it has to be a little messy. It has to be a little, I don't know, what is the word that I'm trying to find? I mean, it's just crazy. But, so, like I said, it's really easy to make this wreath. You guys, it's just really time consuming. And I'm like, I have all the time, so. And even if you don't just sit down and finish the whole project all in one sitting, guys, seriously, like maybe one night you're sitting in front of the TV, cut all these little suckers off and throw them in a bag. They'll be fine in a bag. Cut everything out, and then, another day when you have another hour or so to put this bad boy together, then just start tying them all onto the wire wreath, and then you don't have to. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I don't have time and I don't have the patience and all that stuff. Well, work at it little by little. I mean, obviously you probably should have worked on this like last month because we're already in October. And you guys are running a little late. But if you guys are little procrastinators, who cares? Just you still have plenty of time. You have till the end of the month. Even if your wreath only goes up for like 2 days, you're a wizard. So much talent. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we all have talent, honestly. I really do. I think that the thing is that we really have to tap into it. I believe everybody has a creative side to them, and we don't always like all art that's out there. I mean, there is some art that we think is not the greatest, right? But to somebody else, that art looks amazing. So, I mean, everybody has different taste. So if you're thinking to yourself, hey, my work doesn't look like this person, so my work probably isn't that great. You're wrong. You are wrong. You just are a different artist. You do things differently, I mean, I don't measure. I don't measure, and I just go at it. And you guys I mean, if you've been following me for a while and you've seen my videos, you know that I go at it. So, I mean, that's just the way I work. So now at this point, I want to go ahead and cut some of these wires. And like I said, I really don't have an actual measurement of how much of the wire. But if I were to have to tell you measurements, I would say that this wire is about 2.5 inches long. So if you actually need a measurement, I would say cut the wire at 2.5 inches. Um, Now, if you buy this netting, I forgot to say this. If you buy this netting and it's in the small rolls like these, it's not this really huge one that I purchased. And I purchased this in downtown LA. There's a craft store there, and I shop there a lot. So that's where I purchased this at. But if it comes in this small roll, then that's perfect. You basically don't have to cut it in half. Just use this roll and let it curl like I was letting it curl, and then actually you just cut it. That's it. That's all you have to really do. So at this point, I'm just cutting this. So that I have a few wires, so I'm not stopping just to cut the wire. And like I said, if you actually have, you know, an hour or two only to work on this, do all the cutting, do the wires, do the mesh, I mean, you don't really have to do it this way, but if you were, you know, get everything done, the prep work, and work on it little by little. There is a kind of a time frame, but nobody's pushing you. So go ahead and just cut all the wire like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and start attaching this. So we'll grab one of these, we'll roll this, okay? And then fold this in half. Bring this little guy onto the bad boy. And what I'm doing is I'm using both of the middle wires. So your wreath comes with 4 wires, right? So we're basically just using the ones in the middle. So what I do is I'm putting an even amount on both of the wires in the middle. And that will be enough to fill this up to where you won't even see the rest of this wire, just like you can tell right here. I mean, that is going over the wire a lot, so you can't really see it. And even though right now, looking through this, you can see the wire. Like I said, I don't really mind about this, but if this is bugging you, when I was at the bestie's house, I put it against the wall and it created a dark shadow on the back, so you really couldn't even see the wire, which was awesome. So now you're gonna go ahead and bunch it up in the bottom, grab your wire and twist it around and just attach this little bad boy to your wreath. And then you're just gonna slide it. You're just gonna slide it and keep adding. So now you add one on the top. I kind of curl this to kind of help it a little bit, you know? You want that curl. I don't know, it just gives it that. It just gives it a look. Okay, so go ahead and put it here. And so also too, what I'm doing, I'm also adding some of this purple, which, of course, he didn't grab. I'm gonna have to grab that purple right now, guys, so give me 1 second. So what I do is I alternate it. So I'll put like a bunch of black, right? And then we'll throw in some purple, and then throw in a bunch of black, and then throw in some purple. And it serves for 2 reasons, okay? Reason number 2, look at you. Reason number 1 is that, that it'll give it a pop of color throughout the whole entire wreath. The second thing is that by putting it here and there, you're not using up that purple ribbon, and so then you don't have to use as much as you normally would have if you were trying to fill it up more. And honestly, to tell you the truth, they don't really come with a lot of that tulle in these rolls. Honestly, it's a 6 inch and 3 yards. So it's kind of not really that much. So you put it there and then just go ahead, grab your wire and twist it. So you're basically securing it. Now, if you don't want to use wire, because originally my original plan was I was going to use zippy ties in the bottom, but I ended up going with the wire thing. But if you don't want to use the wire, you could definitely use the zippy ties to hold the bottom. I mean, you're going to use a lot of them, but you're also going to use kind of a lot of wire too. So either way you want to attach these, it works the same way, guys. It works the same way. So, or if you even have a lot of zippy ties that are black, like I usually sometimes buy boxes of them from like Smart & Final because I use them on a lot of little projects and stuff. Or like if you were going to use them for like treats or stuff like that, I always use them. So I always have some. So you just keep going until it's full, however you want it. Let me get some of these wires. Sorry. With all this movement, I dropped the wires. Okay, so now, you guys don't have to really cut this. You could basically grab the mesh itself and kind of just like put it like kind of like a ribbon all the way around and cover your wire. I mean, bunch it up kind of like in a ball, sort of how they do, like that, and just keep going like kind of a ribbon style all around it. If you don't want to have to do the hassle on cutting this and then attaching each and every single one of these individually. But if you do, I guarantee you that you will love the end result, because I actually like the end result already, and I haven't even decorated it. So if you guys haven't seen the first video, you guys don't know what's going on. The bestie and I decided that we were going to make our wreaths, our Halloween wreaths, and we were going to make them on a tight budget. So basically what we did was we purchased everything from the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store. And the only thing that I did not purchase from the 99 or the Dollar Tree was the actual wire wreath. That one I did it at Joann's, and that was because they do have them at the Dollar Tree, but the Dollar Tree carries the smaller ones, and I wanted this 18-inch. So this is an 18-inch wire wreath, and I wanted it to be big, so that's why I had to buy it at one of the craft stores, because the Dollar Tree didn't have them on that size. The Dollar Tree actually had them in a smaller size, so yeah. But whatever size you guys do is obviously going to look amazing. And then also too, if you do a smaller one, then you won't use so much material, and you won't use so much of the little stuff. Right now, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys I'll show you guys the stuff, sorry. I'll show you guys the stuff that I actually purchased, all of the little knickknacks and stuff that I'm going to be adding onto the wreath to decorate it. It's nothing really fancy or special, trust me, but you guys could get fancy. I mean, you guys could actually, purchase some really nice items to put onto your wreath and decorate it that way. For us, what happened is that, like I said, we tried to stay with the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store because this whole entire wreath basically costed on materials and everything was about, I would say about $15. It was under $20 for the whole entire wreath. And I know you probably could purchase one for that amount, but you're basically doing it however you want. And when you buy it at the store already made, it's basically made to however they made it. Okay. The only thing I don't like about this material is, like I said, guys, it snags onto everything. Like these little edges, the cut edges, they're not hard to the touch. So don't be afraid that you're probably going to get cut or something like that. It's not like that. But it does grip onto things, so kind of makes it a little hard. Now, if you guys are going to make a wreath, I really would like to see what you guys come up with and your guys' style and see what you guys ended up creating. You guys could go on to my YouTube channel and comment there. You could also go on to our Facebook at Paper to Masterpiece, and I'll go ahead and put the links down on the bottom for all of these. And you could also upload your pictures at our Facebook to show us your guys' work. So the whole community, the crafting community, we could see your guys' artwork. So this is all we're doing, right? Basically what we have, so we just have to basically finish this side and we'll be completely done. But this is the look that I was going for. I wasn't going for a uniform look. I didn't want this to be all perfect in a perfect shape. I wanted this to be Halloween look. So, like I said, if you guys don't want this look, if you want it to be a little bit more uniformed, a little bit more neater looking, I would definitely put all of this together the way I have now, and then I would just trim it. I would just give it a haircut, basically, and make it all one, one single uniform shape, like if you want it all round and stuff. But me, I'm like perfectly fine with this. I think this came out really, really nice, and I can't wait to finish it so that we can go ahead and start decorating it. I need to go grab that purple, so let me just put this last one in there, and then I'm going to run upstairs to my office and grab that and come right back. So hopefully I don't lose any of you guys. But where did I put that wire? Oh, here it is. Tedious work, guys. This is tedious, but so well worth it. Okay, let me go grab that purple ribbon really quick from upstairs. I will be right back. You guys don't go anywhere. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So this is the tool that I was talking about that I'm going to use. This one's gold. It's a gold with with black. John 2004. So this one's a gold and a black, but we're basically using the purple and the black. And you know, it's funny because I like purple a lot. And at first, when I was gonna make this wreath, I didn't plan like the colors I was using. I just wanted them to be basically like Halloween colors. So I don't know, it's so funny how it's all coming out to just be black and purple. Black and purple is what I've been using mostly. So, now for this little bad boy, I also like this, guys, because it's the black and purple tool, but if you turn it around, it's silver. So, it's not only giving that purple, it's actually giving a little bit of a shimmery silver in there as well, too. Now, I don't know if you guys are able to pick that up, but it's in there. Believe me, it's in there. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and measure this because, like I said, I don't ever measure anything. I just eyeball it. Eyeballing is what it is. So, I know that I want it to be basically like kind of this length. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it at that length. And then I'm going to use, whoa, little sucker, let go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one that I cut, kind of like a little template, and I'm going to use it to cut all the rest same size. So we're thinking that we're doing that. No, they're not going to be exactly the same size. I'm just telling you that right now. So please don't get upset. But they're fairly the same size. You can put as many of these as you want, honestly, to tell you the truth. You could tie as many as you want. If you want to put like a big old bunch, you are more than welcome to do whatever your little heart desires, my little crafty monsters. Me, on the other hand, I'm actually only putting two. Two of them was enough to give that shimmer and that pop of color. That was only done with two, so yeah, you don't really need a lot, seriously. But if you want to use a lot, you could definitely go ahead. Also, too, another thing that I was going to tell you is that think about using other kind of things too. Like maybe there's a ribbon, a really gorgeous ribbon, a Halloween ribbon. My bestie actually used one. It was a white one with the black velvet. It was like, what is it called? Like kind of like a velvet material. Black little spiders all around in the spider webs. It was really nice. It looked really classy. I liked it. You could use something like that. You could use a glitter one. There's just so many things that you could use. Dude, stop pulling this. You see this guy? He's fighting with me. So, you could use so many things, honestly. Anything your little heart desires. So, now, let's go ahead and attach this guy. Do I have any more wire? Oh, you guys. Had you done the prep work, we wouldn't be going through this right now. We would have been decorating by now. Again, I'm not measuring this, but if I had to say, this is about 2.5 inches of wire that I wrap around the bottom base part of the netting to hold it into the wire wreath. So that is all we are doing, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just cutting these. Sorry, you're just watching me cut wire. I thought you guys liked that. No, seriously, I'm sorry. But I didn't do the prep work. And it's all your guys' fault. I'm going to tell you why. I'm glad you asked me why. Because I totally wanted to do this video for you guys. And I wanted to do it like ASAP. So I didn't do any prep work. I just said, you know what? Actually, the bestie and I last night said, hey, let's just do this. And we did. So, okay, we were going to add some purple. What are you doing? So, like I said, I only added 2. You don't really have to add a lot. And on these ones, you don't really need a wire. I mean, you could if you want, but I don't really use a wire because these ones are soft, and with just one tie is all those are being held by. So I just tied it once like that, and then I moved it down. And then I grabbed this little sucker and did the same thing on this wire. So I put one on this one, and one on this one, and then one on this one. And I only put 2, and that is enough to give it that color. Because remember, guys, we're going to also put a lot of other little decorations on here. Some of them are probably going to be purple too, so don't want it to be too much purple. Okay, so for those of you who are just coming in, we are cutting these down. No specific size. And I don't have a ruler here because, like I said, guys, we are not in my office. But if I had to say a measurement, I honestly think that these are about 7.5 inches. So all we're doing is we're just gathering it here on the bottom, okay? Putting it one on the top wire, and then we're going to go one on the bottom. Gather it in the bottom, and then grab your wire that you guys cut, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and tie the bottom. Try to tie it as close to the base as you possibly can. Now, the wire that I'm using, I purchased this at the 99-cent store, and it came in like 3 colors. It came in red, black, and silver, and it was in a long little pack. And that wire was perfect because it's not a really strong wire. I mean, it's strong enough to hold whatever crafting project you're doing, yes. But I'm just saying, like, it's not so strong to where you can't bend it. So as you can tell, that when I'm bending the wire around this part of the net, I'm not really using any kind of tools. I'm basically bending it with my hands, and that's because they're so thin and so soft that you're able to do that. So you want basically a wire that's going to do that. Again, like I had said, if you're not going to use wire, you could use a zippy tie. Zippy ties work really good as well. Sometimes I cut the wire a little too short and it's a little hard to grab it, but it is working. So we have that one. Let's do another one. We are almost finished with this part of the wreath, guys, and then all we're gonna do now is we're just gonna decorate it, and then we will see the finished product. So like I said, guys, I really want you guys to let those creative juices flow. Go grab some materials from the Dollar Tree and the 99, and honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, I would go like ASAP because a lot of their stuff is going, and by the looks of the way they are, it doesn't look like they're going to be replenishing very, very soon. So I would actually go like as soon as possible, so that you can take advantage of some of the good stuff, and you won't be left with just all the leftover stuff that nobody really wants. Yeah. So a lot of people think, hey, you know, it's the beginning of the season, so I got plenty of time, or they're going to put more stuff out there. But the truth is, I know for a fact that Michael's and Hobby Lobbies will not. Their stuff has been out for over a month already, or if not longer. And so, so I know that they're not going to be replenishing. Plus, the bestie knows a little bit of the insider of Michael's, so she's already told me too. She goes, no, they most likely won't. It's like whatever they have right now is what they're trying to get rid of. So this is all we have left. I need to cut some more. As you guys could see, it basically, oh my god, little guy, stop. This little sucker keeps grabbing a hold of everything. It's like it has little fingers. Like, where in the hell did you get these little fingers from? Okay, so, no measurement here. I'm basically curling it, and for however long it curls, that's what. I'm so sorry, guys, about that. So I just cut out that curl, just enough to where it's curled. Cut this in half, and then we're gonna attach it. Right? Let me cut out a few of these because we are not gonna keep doing this. I really suck at estimating stuff, so I'm not even gonna try to estimate how many more I need. I'm just gonna cut out a few and go like that, because also too, I don't want to be left with a lot of leftover of this cut. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste it like that. So my glasses didn't protect me that time. I actually got something in my eye. So we like the curl for the style of the wreath that we're doing, but this curl and this roll right here makes it so hard to cut because it keeps coming to me. Oh my god. Okay, so the makers of this netting, please do something about that end part of it where it grabs everything, because that is annoying. Alright, so we're going to put this little bad boy right here. Hold him. Hold him. Thank you. Oh my god, Jesse, why didn't you think of that way before? I tell you, sometimes I don't use my pea little brain. Where I could have probably stopped struggling a long time ago had I done that. But I didn't think about that. I know some of you guys are probably like, oh my god, that's too much work. Stop it. No, it's not. It is for your home. Or if you're going to make one for somebody special, like your mother or your grandmother or your sister or a neighbor, if you're that close, it's nice. It's a nice, cute little gift, you know? I mean, if they decorate and celebrate for Halloween, because you got to remember, not everybody does, which they're missing out on all the amazing candy and fun. But to each their own. Okay, so this is going to be the last one that I cut right now, and use all these up, and then we'll see from there if we're going to need more, which honestly I'm hoping that we don't, but I don't know really. Okay. So I'll put this like this so you guys could see it, and I'll work. Can you guys see me? And I'll work this way. So I'm only turning this because I want this to still be that one little noodle. Oh, it's a noodle curl. So we just want that little noodle to stay like that because we want that little roundness. I know some of them don't look like it because some of them don't. They're not curling like that, but that's actually what's awesome about it is that they're all different. They're not the same. So it makes it a lot more unique. The only time you'll get everything uniform and stuff is if you really are tedious about it, or if it was machine made. Okay, I'll just grab another one. Stick this little bad boy in here. So nobody's going to the scrapbook expo this November. It's just me and the bestie. That's it. Some of you guys are probably far away, huh? So it's not like you really have a choice. So I'm just turning this, like I said, to make the little noodle, and then attaching it onto this wire. So I only need 2 more to basically be done with this. Finally guys, honestly with the video that we did earlier, the bestie and I, and then with this one, I believe that it's probably going to be like a total of 3 hours. So obviously you're not going to watch the whole video. You're probably going to skip. Okay, no. Little kitty's trying to jump up here. Don't even think of it. But whatchamacallit. So anyway, so it's done in real time. So you guys know that basically this project, if you're going to do it all at one time, it's probably going to run you a good 3 hours. But that's because this is really tedious. If you do the wreath like my bestie did, I mean, she did an easier wreath, but because she's not really into the tedious work, as she was mentioning to you guys earlier. But for the most part, it's just an inspiration, you know? It's just so that you guys could get inspired to make your own wreath, knowing that it's not going to break your wallet, that everything that we purchased was purchased at the 99 or the Dollar Tree. And like I said, I did not spend more than $20 for my wreath. As a matter of fact, I probably spent about 15 bucks. Yeah. And I'm actually doing this the way I want, so that makes it even way better. Because everything we make here at Paper to Masterpiece is fabulous. So, got these little bad boys like these. It's easier. I hold this like this. Sorry if I keep looking that way. My little farm is walking around the whole house. And when I say farm, for those of you who don't know me that well, I have 3 dogs. 2, well, 1 is outside and 2 are indoors because they're small. The one outside, he is a Brazilian Mastiff mixed with a Great Dane, and he is 165 pounds. So that is 165 pounds that stays outside. And the other 2 are a Chihuahua named Chompers and a English Bulldog. And they're already older, so, you know, that's the way that goes. And then I have 2 cats. So it's a full house here. But anyway, so they're walking around and I keep like hearing things because my whole entire house is hardwood floor, so I could hear their little pitter patters. Righty then. And usually I'm up in my office when I'm crafting, so I don't hear all this. You guys just hear the music that I always have playing, plus me rambling about things that I'm doing. Okay, so like at this part, see how we have a good enough amount of the black? So then right here, now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add the purple again. So where did I put that? And like I said, I just cut these to like long strips, okay? And all I am going to do is I'm just going to tie it on here just once, not even a knot. I just tied it once. And that's basically what's holding all of these little purples. I'm gonna just call them purples because it's purple tulle, but you know. Okay, so I just tied it once, and this is just to give it that pop of color, just to give it another kind of, I don't know, what would you call this? Shimmer, I guess? I don't know, guys. I don't know. So I've noticed that right now that I'm recording, that this table moves a lot more than my actual desk when I'm recording in my office. And I actually thought that my desk moved a lot. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to cut more of these. Obviously. We're going to have to cut some more of these, and we're going to have to cut some more of the wire. Prep work, guys. I'm gonna keep saying this over and over because this is what's gonna help you guys. For those of you who don't like all the tedious kind of crafting, it's gonna help you to go through this like a breeze versus having to stop and cut, stop and cut, stop and cut, apply, stop and cut, apply. Like I am on my last wire. I'm gonna have to cut some more. So have you guys started decorating for Halloween? Are you guys' houses all spooky looking already? I know the besties is, but you know, I think she like the month before, at the very last day, I think she's like doing a countdown. I can totally picture her. She'll be sitting there like doing a countdown, and once 12 o'clock hits, they start decorating. That's not really how it is, but that's how I picture it in my head. So right here, we're just gonna cut some more wire because I just ran out of wire. Now, this would be a lot easier if these wire cutters were a little sharper, but I think these are like 1945 wire cutters, and they're not really that sharp, but I have had them for a long time. I used to do these jewelries from forks, and I used to actually sell them in Sacramento, and it was funny because I used to sell them a lot at like the second Saturday of every month. They used to have like this little art exhibit where a bunch of shops would show local artists' artwork, and they're able to sell the stuff and things like that. And then you have a lot of other vendors, you know, throughout the whole entire street because they kind of like block it off and stuff. And so you have a lot of vendors, you know, selling all kinds of like jewelry. It's jewelry, craft stuff, and like basically handmade things. And I used to sell my jewelry that was made out of forks, and it was crazy because from there, you know, it opened up a few doors, and you know, I did pretty good. Then I started having some of my jewelry on consignment at some of the local shops. Like they you know, they wanted some of my jewelry to sell. So they had some of my jewelry on consignment. And then also, too, there was a local little fashion designer guy. And he asked if he could use my jewelry in his fashion show. So my jewelry was in a fashion show. Okay, so right here we're just gonna keep turning this, and then we're gonna fold this in half, and then attach this. And I want to try to do this fast because this part, honestly, to tell you the truth, is going to be the one that's going to take you the longest. Like, this is really going to take the longest. I don't think it's going to take me that long to actually add on all the decorations and all of the little props, the Halloween props that I've purchased for this wreath. I don't really think that it's going to take that long to do that, but I could definitely tell you that this part right here has taken quite a while. But so worth it, guys. Seriously, so worth it. Don't let that be a discouragement, because it's worth it. Also, too, I want to see the ribbons and all of the materials that you guys use. What I originally wanted to do on here, which I probably will, I will have to add it later on, and then I will definitely take pictures of it too. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to add a little witch's hat on the top, and I wanted to add a few little witch's legs on the bottom. I'm not 100% sure if I am going to, but that was originally the plan. But since we're not really planners and we don't plan that much, when we do plan, it never goes where you planned it. So, okay, told you these dogs are going crazy over there. Okay. So then we're just gonna go ahead and keep adding this. Almost done, guys. I know, I'm so sorry this was a long tutorial. But it was live though too, so live videos are usually always long segments, right? Because we're always doing the stuff on there. Alright, so now we need to cut some more. It's like more and more and more. Okay. So we're going to use this guy because this guy was holding him down. Let's try to do this fast. Before I forget to tell you guys too, you guys stay tuned because we are going to be doing a Happy Mail review on YouTube live. And what time is it right now? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. So we're going to be doing a live YouTube review of some Happy Mail that we received. And I know it's been a while that we were doing it, but I was actually waiting for all of my Happy Mail to come in that I knew I was expecting. So it could be kind of, you know, more than just one or two. And so we're going to do that. So you guys definitely stay tuned. No, Matthias, our little co-host Matthias here is trying to jump on here, which is crazy because he knows he's not even allowed to sit on these chairs. And he's being really mischievous right now. Probably because he knows that I can't scold him and tell him to get down. Okay. You know, it looks like in total we're probably using about 15 yards of this netting because each one of these rolls was 20 yards and we used one whole one earlier. And then now this looks like I'm about to use half of this. So I'm thinking about like 15 yards is what goes into one of these 18-inch wreaths. Now remember, it's 18 inches, so it is fairly large. If you do a smaller one, obviously it's not gonna use as much material. Whoa. I wish I was better on like being able to estimate, because I don't know if that's going to be enough right now. But we'll start adding them, and if we need more, well, we'll do what we've been doing, and we'll cut more. Oh, what did I do? What did I do with the scissors? Why are you guys hiding them? Oh my god. We're trying to do this fast, guys. Come on. Bring this little sucker back. Hey, 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 hey. Little guy tried to scratch my leg. Well, he didn't try. He really did. That hurt. All right, so come on, Jesse. Let's finish this bad boy. Imagine using different kind of ribbons and just attaching them all like this, like cutting all the ribbons into strips and then tying them. I mean, I know I've seen some wreaths that were like that, maybe like for, I think it was a baby shower if I'm not mistaken. But could you imagine you could make a wreath out of some really beautiful ribbon for like any occasion? I want to do one for Christmas. So you guys definitely look out for the Christmas one. And I have to buy those containers where you could save your wreaths out, because this one was taking a little bit of a long time, and we are not going to put all this work in so that this wreath could get messed up in a plastic bag in the garage like all my wreaths. If you guys have the same problem, you guys know what I'm talking about. So they sell these little containers, and they've had them for a while, honestly, so this is not new, but they sell containers that you could store your wreaths in. Okay, so now I think at this point we're going to add some more of the purple. We'll add 2 of these. On these purple ones, I basically used 3 rolls. Oh my god. How did I get a piece of this? Did it just like pop in my mouth? Oh my god. I'm eating this wreath. Calm down, Jesse. You're getting out of control here. Now you're trying to eat this stuff. Probably could fill that up a little bit more. So I'm going to fill that up, but let me attach these first. So what I'm saying is I'm going to attach these first, and then I'm going to go around and see if there's any spots that could be filled in a little bit more, because I do want it to be pretty filled. So that we can place this little bad boy outside, so the world could see the masterpiece that we've created, me and all of you little crafty monsters. Okay, so something is going on out there. Okay. This part is tedious. I keep saying it over and over because I am not joking. I am not joking, guys. This is no joke. Tedious. So is everybody ready for Halloween? If you guys are, I mean, does anybody still dress up, or does everybody think that it's still, we're too old to dress up? Because honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't think we old to dress up. I still dress up whenever there's a Halloween party. I have a few friends who always throw Halloween parties, so there's always a party to go to. But I'm not really too sure about this year, what's gonna go on, because we don't really ever plan anything. It just happens the way it happens. But yeah. So if you guys are gonna dress up or anything, I would love to know what you guys are gonna wear. So comment on our you could comment on our Instagram, or you could comment on our Facebook is where you could share. So head on over to our Facebook at Paper to Masterpiece. Tell us what you're going to be for Halloween. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Once it starts getting a little bit tighter like this, where you don't really have that much space, it does get a little bit more difficult. I'm going to be honest with you, because you don't have a lot of room to work with, but I'm just experiencing that now, because earlier, obviously when we had first started, there was so much room, and yeah. So now I know whenever I'm going to do a wreath, I'm going to basically use 2 rolls of this, because I buy this a lot. Last year I had purchased I think 3 rolls of this, but I had purchased it because I was going to do a wreath for Christmas, but I never did. I didn't end up ever coming around to doing it, so I still have those rolls, and the bestie and I were talking about making a wreath for Christmas, so we most likely will do a tutorial. I can guarantee you we'll do a tutorial on that, so you guys will be able to see. Oh my god, all this stuff is flying all over me, and it's picky, because it's like a hard plastic netting, so it picks a little. So has everybody subscribed? Because if you haven't right now, that you're just watching me put this, is the time where you could head up to the top and then hit that subscribe button, and then also hit that like button and the notification bell, so that you will always get notified for any time that I upload a video, because you don't want to miss out on my fabulous videos, right? Alrighty then. We are almost there. Oh my God, no you didn't. Look guys, we were almost finished. And I have to cut more. I really have a lot of vacuuming to do. That's what I get for laughing at the bestie. Because I was at her house and I was making the mess at her house and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I did this here at your house and I don't have to clean up. The joke is on me. Because I didn't take enough materials and I had to come home and finish it here, so I'm basically gonna have a mess. You guys, we basically are using both freaking rolls of this stuff. Yeah. Literally, we're like using both of them. Because there's really not that much left on that. Wow. This wreath really took all of it. 2 rolls, guys. That just boosted up this Wreath at $3.99. We were at 15, so we are now still under 20. So let's cut this. And honestly, I think that'll do it, right? Because there's not really that much space to fill anymore. Should I do one more, guys? Okay, let's do one more. Just in case, right? And then I don't know if we have enough wire. Everything is playing against me right now in this video, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, my little crafty monsters. That's just the way the ball bounces. But don't ask me to do more. That is enough. Okay. Let's cut some of these wires because I don't think we have enough. See how easy it is to cut this wire? I'm just like turning this a little bit. And I'm telling you right now that these wire cutters are not sharp at all. They suck. Like I said, they're from like 1940s. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just finish this little part right here just to make it look full. And this little bad boy is 90% done. Okay, well maybe 85%. I told you I wasn't good at estimation. So this part is hard because these little guys like to get stuck on everything. It's like they have no rules. And then we'll twisty tie this wire at the bottom base of this. Turn this little bad boy because we want it to be a little noodle. Oh my God. Now that I really don't have any room, it is harder to get these little bad boys in here, but But it's not impossible, guys. It is not impossible. So we're not going to put any more of those purple things. I think that we have enough all around to give it that pop of color that I've been wanting. And then, like I said, when we add all of the rest of the stuff, it's basically going to give it even more color, because almost everything that I purchased was purples. There were orange, and there was like a gold orange, kind of like a goldish, I don't know. That's what they told me, okay? So if it's not, it's not my fault, guys, because I can't see. Can't see the color. Not that I can't see, I could see. I'm just colorblind, so I can't see the color. I think that if we were probably attaching these with zippy ties, I think it probably would be a lot easier and maybe even faster than having to stop and twist these little bad boys into place. So if any of you guys make a wreath and you're making this style of a wreath like I am, and you guys use zippy ties, let me know. Let me know if it was easy or if it wasn't easy. Because then this way, if it was easier, then you definitely know for our Christmas wreath that me and the bestie do, I will definitely be using some zippy ties. Because I am going to basically do this same design, but just in, a Christmas theme. Unless we do a Nightmare Before Christmas. No. We'll just do regular Christmas, I guess. Okay. We have 2 more. Hoping I don't have to cut any more, but if we do, it's not a big deal, because we're not measuring, and it basically, it'll go pretty fast. So we are definitely going to need a few more. That's an obvious right now. So let me show you guys what we have so far. So this is what we have so far. Okay. Just need to fill in this part right here, which is a very small gap, but this is basically what we have, guys. Isn't she gorgeous? I know. I really hope that this inspires you guys to try to make one. I really do. That's a hint, guys. I'm giving you a hint. Come on. Make a wreath. Show me what you make. I want to see everybody's artistic side come out, their creativities, flight. That's basically what I'm looking for. We use this whole roll. That is insane. Because I literally did not think we were going to use 2 freaking rolls on a wreath. So then that means basically we use 20 yards. At first I said 15. Well, first we started at 10, and I said 15, and now we're at 20. We're at 20, guys. 20 yards of this tool, or netting tool, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Wow. This end part is super hard to hold because it all wants to curl up into a little roll. It's a little sushi roll. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside because I don't know if I'm going to use it. Let's put this over here. We don't need these scissors, nor this, because we are about to finish, guys. You have no idea how excited I am. Whoa. Trying to spread these open so that I can fit a few more in there, just so that it's a little full in that area and it's not so, so bald, as to say. Not that there's anything wrong with bald. I mean, yours truly is bald. Well, not by, nature. That's by choice. I shave my head. No, everybody who knows me knows that I've been shaving my head since I was about like 13 years old or 14, around there. And they also know that I always tell them, I'm like, I'm gonna get electrolysis on my head so that I could get it lasered off and it doesn't grow anymore. And everybody's like, you're fucking crazy. Did you say fucking? Oh my god, it's all the wine in the back. What is going on? Okay, you guys, stop it. No more cussing. But anyway, they always tell me, they're like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god. I can't grab this one. I couldn't put this one in there. There really isn't that much space, guys. And then what's really being difficult is that, like I told you earlier, this netting tends to want to snag itself when it touches another net. Okay, so like right here, watch, where was it that it was not that full? Oh, right here. So right here, I know I can add, I can add like 2 more here. So right here, all I'm doing now is I'm just looking for spaces that are a little too much space, where I don't want it to go, show, and I just want to fill it in. These are just areas. It really depends on you guys. You guys don't have to. Let's connect this little bad boy because we're going to be using this. Okay, so that hot glue gun is getting hot, and at the same time we are going to continue filling whatever little spaces are empty, because we don't want that. We want this to look nice and full. Oh, would you look at that? We ran out of wire. Of course we did. I mean, of course we did, guys. So, just keep adding and adding to all those little spots that are looking a little bald. Sorry. Sometimes this is a little hard to twist that wire. As I'm telling you, maybe zippy ties would probably be a little bit easier and faster, but in this case I did not prepare myself. So we used what we had, and what we had was wire, and that's why there's that struggle. So now, most of all of the spots that needed to be filled did end up getting filled. But since we don't really have that much left from the 10 yards, we have like this right here. I'm gonna still use this. I'm gonna just shove this somewhere. I mean, we don't want to waste this. I mean, you purchased it, right? And you have it, so you might as well just use it. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because this one is rolling like so many different directions. But it's still possible to cut it. So now we need to cut 4 wires because we have 4 of those little guys that we're going to use. And either way, we are waiting for our glue gun to heat up anyway, so we are at 1 hour and 24 minutes. Whoa. That's a deep one, guys. That's a deep one. We went over. Basically, so then this whole entire wreath process has been a 4-hour process in total. And that's just the little tedious part of filling this up. I'm looking in the bottom of the wreath because I can see the wire, and so this will show me where the empty spots are at. I'll show you right now what I'm looking at every time I pick up the wreath in front of me. I will show you right now. Okay, so every time I pick up the wreath, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for spots right here where I see the wire. And if I could see the wire, then that means that that spot is empty and it needs to be filled by a little something, you know? Alrighty then. That's my concentration face. Just want to press my lips together or like. Y'all know you have a crafty face. I don't know why you play. Say, oh my God, look at Justin making those faces while he crafts. You know you all have that craft face. When you're concentrating and you're doing something, we all have that face. So right here, let's just, right here. See, there's a spot right here. So this is basically where we're gonna put the last one. Let's put the last one right here, guys. And this part of the wreath is done. And we can now go on to decorating it with all of the little embellishments that we basically are doing. And I say embellishments, but they're not really embellishments. They're basically props. Halloween props. That's what they are. Okay. So here it is, guys. This is the finished, well, not the finished wreath, but this is the finished part of the main wreath. Right? Hello, hello. And now all we have to do is we will have to decorate this with any of the Halloween props that we have. So I'm going to just basically do that now. I know that this little pumpkin, this one I purchased it at the 99-cent store, and I know that I love it. I wanted this to be on the very bottom, the front part of it, but because of the way that this wreath is made, I don't know if that's possible. Because, look, he lights up. Isn't that cute? So what I wanted was, originally, I wanted him to kind of like sit right here, sort of. So I don't know if, seriously guys, you guys, oh my God. Now you're throwing my pumpkin. Okay, so, whoa. I wanted to throw some of these too. Maybe we should. Here and there. This is like glittered ribbon. We're gonna cut all these to the same size. Let's use this because you can never have too much glitter. Is what I always say. Sorry guys.